Good afternoon, Dunkirk and Fredonia listeners, and welcome back to News at Noon. News at Noon is brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems on WCVF 88.9 and WDVL 89.5. I'm News Director Lee Pye here today with Sara Lodespoto, Joshua Ribakove, as well as Chloe Kowalyk and Sports Director Matt Volz. With this top of the hour update, we'll bring you the latest on SUNY Fredonia's campus news and events, sports, weather, and music, as well as national and international news. First up, let's go to the event bulletin for this week. Student Health Center and the YWCA is celebrating the STI Awareness Week with their event Be Proud, Be Responsible on both Tuesday, April 16th and Wednesday, April 17th from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Williams Center G103B. It's an event about informative learning, opportunities about STIs, discussions on HIV and AIDS, barriers towards healthy decisions, contraception methods, and partner negotiation in keeping yourself and your partner safe. Fredonia Radio Systems is hosting their annual vinyl painting fundraiser on Wednesday, April 17th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Williams Center room S222. If you're interested, a small fee you will need to pay to get a vinyl to paint. All paint supplies will be provided. The Department of Communication and the American Democracy Project are co-hosting a series of events on April 17th in the Williams Center NPR. Some of the events include panels like the Applied Communication Association leading an Ask Me Anything, Josh Ranney Professional Advice Q&A. Mr. Ranney's keynote address from the campus to career participating in democracy, and more. Light refreshments will be provided. That's it for the information through the grapevine. Next up, we'll bring it to Chloe for our latest campus news updates.
Thanks, Lee. So I'd like to start by diving a bit deeper into Lee's last grapevine about the American Democracy Project event. And the All Things Voting event is highlighting Fredonia alum Josh Ranney, who graduated in 2019 with majors in journalism and political science. Ranney will be discussing how Fredonia helped him achieve his career goals, as well as why it's important for students to be engaged in democracy. After graduating, Ranney became the Director of Communications for New York State Assemblymember Karen McMahon. At 1 p.m., Ranney will host a panel discussion on democratic engagement. A second panel at 2 p.m. will feature Ranney, mock trial, and people from campus media overviewing the role of media in politics. The panel will feature Dan Quagliana as the moderator and will also include student panelists such as myself, Alexander Bucknam, and Rosie Rapisarda. This Saturday is the annual Relay for Life event. Relay for Life is an event held by the American Cancer Society each spring to help raise money for cancer research. In fact, this event happens to be on the same day across various locations throughout the United States. Here at Fredonia, Relay for Life will be pajama-themed. ACS encourages people to wear their pajamas to the event. There will also be games, activities, and annual ceremonies throughout the event. Relay for Life is being held this Saturday, April 20th, from 1 p.m. until 9 p.m. in the Steel Hall Fieldhouse. And finally, the Marion Art Gallery will be featuring a new exhibit soon. The new exhibit will act as a senior showcase, showing off the work of 14 graduating seniors from the Department of Visual Arts and New Media. The exhibition is titled Midnight Oil and will be opening with a reception on April 19th from 6 to 9 p.m. It will feature art such as sculptures, ceramics, graphic design, illustrations, and handbound books, a video game, and animated short films. The exhibit will be up until May 9th. That's it for campus news. Now, let's send it back to Lee.
Thanks, Chloe. Next up, we have local news. Embrace Fredonia, a local nonprofit organization, is organizing and running Attic and Cellar Days. The Chamber of Commerce organized the event for years, but the Embrace Fredonia organization is closely working on it this year. Embrace Fredonia volunteers will sell maps pinpointing the sale locations at the visitors booth in the Barker Commons on May 31st and June 1st. All proceeds will go towards the Embrace Fredonia projects that will help beautify the village. Embrace Fredonia's projects collaborate with volunteers, local businesses, and organizations to help enhance the visual aspect of Fredonia. The event, again, is May 31st and to June 2nd. On behalf of Fredonia, the Chautauqua County Health Department issued a water conservation order for all village water customers, including those who live outside of the village in the town of Pomfret. It began at midnight on Saturday and was in effect, and it is in in effect until further notice. The Village of Fredonia will begin a water treatment plant maintenance today. The health department wants people to know to prepare for a potential boil water order, prepare to have a supply of water on hand. Scheduled maintenance begins today. Water customers will receive their water from their storage tank. Water customers will receive their water from the storage tank they help to fill. They must continue to conserve water until the maintenance is complete. This will help to prevent the storage tank from depleting. The maintenance may take multiple days to complete. It is crucial to conserve as much water as possible to avoid a boil water order. That's it for your local news update. Now let's send it to the sports guy, Matt Volz.
Thanks, Lee. A change in location didn't stop Fredonia's track and field team from finding success on Saturday. The meet was originally supposed to be held at Brockport, but due to weather, it was moved to Westminster College in Pennsylvania. Sophomore Kara Pelleccia set a school record in the pole vault, clearing 3.63 meters. She finished as the top Division III pole vaulter in the meet, and she's currently ranked as the 23rd best pole vaulter in the entire nation. The men's team also had a solid showing, with the 4x100 meter relay team taking home a win, and sophomore Cameron Sample finishing fourth in the triple jump. The teams have 2 more meets left before SUNYAC championships, starting with the Cortland Classic this Friday and Saturday. Fredonia's softball team is riding a 3-game win streak as they went 3 for 4 over the weekend. The Blue Devils split a doubleheader with Plattsburgh on Saturday, losing the first game 3-1 but winning the second 7-4. They then swept Potsdam on Sunday, winning the first game 7-2 and the second 9-5. All 4 games were played at Gowanda High School. They're hoping to play back on their home field tomorrow as they host a doubleheader against St. John Fisher. Fredonia baseball had a tough weekend, losing all 3 matchups with Plattsburgh. The doubleheader on Saturday was played at Salamanca High School, and Sunday's standalone game was played at Gowanda High School. The Blue Devils will return home on Tuesday to face Penn State Barron. And Fredonia's lacrosse team traveled to Oneonta over the weekend, falling by a final score of 17-11 on Saturday. Oneonta jumped out to a 7-0 first quarter lead, and despite Fredonia's best efforts to come back, they ultimately couldn't bounce back from a 6-goal Oneonta run in the second half. They're back at home on Saturday to face Potsdam on Senior Day. In front of a sellout crowd of over 19,000 fans, the Buffalo Bandits locked up a playoff spot on Saturday, defeating the Calgary Roughnecks 14-7. Josh Byrne and Dane Smith, Buffalo's 2 offensive stars, each recorded 7 total points, while Chase Frazier found the back of the net 4 times. The defending National Lacrosse League champs have 1 game left in the regular season, heading to Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Desert Dogs at 7 p.m. on Saturday. And a disappointing season comes to an end tonight as the Sabres finish off the 2023-24 campaign down in Florida. Over the weekend, the Sabres fell in overtime to the playoff-bound Florida Panthers, with the game winner being scored by former Sabre Sam Reinhart. The Sabres will face another playoff-bound team in their regular season finale, taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. Puck drop for tonight's game is at 7 p.m. That's it for your sports update. Now let's send it to Sara with the weather.
Now here is your Northern Chautauqua weather update brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems.
Today reminds us that we can have pleasant weather as the sun shines through partly cloudy skies at 61. Finally, some warm temperatures we've been waiting for. I'm excited to spend some time outside because it really elevates my mood. However, we are at a weird spot where it's hot outside, but then the buildings overcompensate by freezing us. So remember to bring a light jacket just in case you enter a cold room. Tonight provides the perfect time for stargazing as it is 41 with a light cloud cover. Keep your sunglasses out for tomorrow's sunny day, rising up to 62. You know, I would love to do homework outside with the weather being so nice, but I have 2 concerns. 1, most, if not all, my homework is online. So how can I be in the great outdoors to do homework if I have no Wi-Fi? 2, even if I did have internet connection, I feel like I'd be distracted by someone walking a dog, skateboarding, and who knows what. I guess I could just wait to do my homework later in the evening, when the increasing cloud cover hover over the night sky, descending to the upper 40s. That's it for your 2-day weather. Keep listening. I'll be right back with your 5-day forecast. For now, let's take it to Lee for a local music update.
Last Call Entertainment is presenting at BJ's with bands like Auto Ignition, Do Crime, Gato Black, and Midstep on Thursday, April 25th. The event is at 51 West Main Street in downtown Fredonia. Doors are at 9 p.m. and music is at 10 p.m. That's only music news I have for this week. Now let's bring it to Josh for national and international news.
All right, folks, it's tax day, but maybe it won't be quite the drag it usually is. Since receiving tens of billions of dollars in funding through Democrats' Inflation Reduction Act, the IRS is promoting improvements to customer service this year. This means shorter wait times on the phone and more digitized documents. In fact, the IRS aims to go paperless by 2025, with most tax documents this season being able to be submitted digitally. Even the Where's My Refund tool has been improved to be written in more plain, accessible language. On Friday, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told reporters, quote, "This filing season, the IRS has built off past successes and reached new milestones. It's showing that when it has the resources it needs, it will provide taxpayers the service they deserve." End quote. The IRS claims that call wait times have been cut down to 3 minutes compared to the average 28 minutes in 2022. And if you're a college student, remember that you may be eligible for a couple different education tax credits. The American Opportunity Credit can net you up to $2,500 per year for the first 4 years of your undergrad, and the Lifetime Learning Credit can be used up to grad school or a professional degree, which could net you up to $2,000. Keep in mind that only one of these credits can be used per dependent. Also on the news of taxes, Russia and China have been avoiding taxes on the trade and distribution of copper. Russian Copper Company, RCC, and Chinese firms have been disguising copper as scrap since December, avoiding Russia's 7% export duty as well as China's import duty of 4%, both countries under Western trade sanctions due to the Russia-Ukraine war. The issue was first discovered due to a difference between Chinese and Russian data, and when the Reuters news agency reached out to Russian Customs, Customs responded, quote, "The Federal Customs Service temporarily does not provide data on foreign trade," end quote. Customs ceased publishing trade information in April of 2022 after the invasion of Ukraine, with the market currently relying on commercial providers for that information. By shredding newly made copper wire rod, it's easier to avoid taxes as well as make it more difficult to identify and trace the material, making it easier to sell to Chinese manufacturers. Concert goers attending Coachella were in for a shaky start Saturday morning when an earthquake rocked the Southern California desert this weekend around 9 a.m. The U.S. Geological Survey says the quake hit with a 3.8 magnitude about 8 miles northeast of Borrego Springs in Riverside County. The epicenter was located about 20 miles away from Coachella, allegedly causing no damage or injury. The Riverside County Sheriff's Department claims there were no calls reporting any problems from the quake. That closes off the first weekend of Coachella with performances from Lana Del Rey, Tyler the Creator, and Doja Cat. But there's still time to hear more of them this Friday, April 19th to Sunday the 21st. That does it for your national and international news. Now let's bring it back to Sara for your 5-day forecast.
Even though it's at a warm 66 degrees, Wednesday reminds us that not all days can be sunny, as we get a strong breeze and high cloud cover. With such a gloomy day, why not cheer yourself up by celebrating International Haiku Day? If you don't know, because I definitely forgot, a haiku is a short poem consisting of 3 lines and at most 17 syllables in the entire poem. So, do you want me to try, or do you want to go first? All right, let's see what I got. It's raining this night. Lightning strikes over my head. What a windy evening. What do you think? I was writing about Wednesday's nighttime weather with pouring thunderstorms and strong winds, reaching the upper 50s. I think it's pretty good, if I do say so myself. The clouds rain over us on Thursday, rising up to 58. Look, even though the sun isn't out, you can still have a good time outdoors. It may be a little muddy out, but who cares? Stand up against the clouds and go for a walk. Who knows what you might find? Or, with the night dipping to the upper 40s, consider going on a night walk and explore the nocturnal life. With occasional rain here and there, Friday is pretty miserable with a high cloud cover and a windy 59. You know, with this week being the first to have Monday classes in 2 weeks, I can only imagine the stress and anticipation we have for Friday. Remember to take it easy, and every day is one day closer to your goals, whatever they may be. The evening shifts to the low 40s while providing rainfall late into the night. That's it for your 5-day forecast. Let's take it right back to Lee.
That'll wrap up for today's edition of News at Noon. Campus News is written by Kowalyk. Local news for this broadcast is prepared by Lee Pye. Weather is presented by Sara Lodespoto. Sports is presented by Matt Volz. Music is prepared by Lee Pye. National and international news is prepared by Joshua Ribakove. And finally, board operations for this broadcast are performed by Chloe Kowalyk. Thank you for tuning in to News at Noon. Join us every Monday and Wednesday at 12 p.m. on WCVF 88.9 and WDVL 89.5. From all of us at Fredonia Radio Systems, have a lovely day.